Good day on the Suffolk Ram.
Cassius.
Welcome to episode 289 of the Rounders podcast.
289? That's how many Nicktopias there are right now.
Yes, it is. It is 289, and as Skaz has mentioned, Nicktopia is 15 is back.
Mate, I really wanted to play Nicktopia, the beaver game. And I just completely blanked it. I was like, okay, it's released. And loads of people have been talking to me about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to play that tonight. And then, because I'm old, I don't get to that point. It's like, oh, I'm lovely and comfy and...
Oh, don't worry, I get that feeling now. I've got to the just sitting in a chair, randomly nodding off aspect of life.
Oh, mate, don't worry. Soon that 6-foot hole's going to open up.
I'm waiting for it. I saw someone already the other day who had a life calendar, and it's a calendar that's got like 100 odd spaces, like every week of like 90 years, and he's just crossed off every week he's been alive, and it's like half full. It's like, well, this is not going to. This is existential crisis in a bit of paper.
Oh no, mate!
It's like, oh,
it's like, I can't get halfway through. You're about to die.
Yeah. Well, someone said to me at work. He said, "Oh, you see, we're doing this thing about sort of like, embracing life. And we're talking about, imagine life is a week long, okay?" He said, for you said you're sort of like in your phone, so you're like on like end of the day on Wednesday. I was like, right, and he says, yeah. He says,
if you're lucky.
He said, I'm more like in sort of like Saturday because he's quite old. I was like, right. I said, I suppose at the end of Sunday you die. He goes, yeah. He said, that's really, thanks. That doesn't help. The fact that I think I'm on halfway through the working week of my life, that doesn't help.
Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't make me feel better at all.
I think that's all right.
Yeah, doesn't make me feel better.
I'm all right with that groove, man.
I want to be on Monday, goddammit.
Yeah, but Monday was ages ago. You did that bit, and we wasted all that bit. Just as a note to all the youth that probably aren't listening to this podcast because you're out there talking about do whatever
doing
whatever it is, kids. These right?
Skippity toilet,
young.
isn't it?
That's the one. And what's the other fucking thing that they do now? Or they shout? I don't fucking know. I'm too old for this shit. But just as a note, you're gonna think, I'm never gonna get old. I won't live that long. You fucking will, and it's gonna catch up way sooner than you think.
Yeah.
Because I fucking blinked, mate. 1 minute I was 20, now I'm nearly dead.
Yeah. See, I've already got consumption.
1 minute I was 20. And now I'm about to have a prostate exam. I'm not, but it's coming.
Yeah. My friend's had his prostate exam. He was telling me about it. It's like, oh, good. I said, well, now you know how a cow feels.
He goes, he says to you, well, all I know is I'm alive.
Yeah. No.
Like, are you?
Well, apparently so.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, as guys has alluded to at the start, over the Easter bank holiday, I had some spare time, so I thought, I know what I'm going to do, and I said this in the previous podcast, I'm going to replay Timberborn. I actually found my last save for Timberborn was September the 9th, 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, that was when I last played it. So that's 3.5 years ago.
Don't expect me to maths.
Doesn't feel that long ago, but it is that sort of long ago, which is a little bit depressing.
Yeah, that was like Tuesday.
Yes. So and obviously a lot's changed since I last played it, so I was looking forward to seeing all the new stuff in it. Because Simple Further want to come out. Iron Tooth has been ordered. My little Iron Tooth, he is being shipped in June.
Where did you order that from?
Makeship. That's it, Makeship. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So he's ordered. I'm waiting for him in June, and incidentally, all my Hail Mary merch has turned up. I've got a Lego Hail Mary on the shelf over there. I've got my Hail Mary shirt. I've got 2 Hail Mary shirts. Not that I'm so obsessed, and I've also got my Timberborn shirt as well. It's not a proper, it's not an official Timberborn shirt, but I picked it up. I like the look of it, so I picked it up. So
it's got Timberborn written on it in crayon.
It hasn't actually got Timberborn. It's got beavers on it. That's the important thing.
Close enough.
Close enough. So Timberborn 1.0 came out a few weeks ago, and I've been looking forward to playing it. I wanted to have a good, like, long session at it. Thank God I did, because I got slightly hooked onto it. I basically, Good Friday, again, middle-aged man, went to the garden centre, bought some plants, because
As you
do now. I've got bedding plants out there, looking really good. It's looking good. I've got some primulas, some pansies, and some petunias out there. Just so you know.
I have no idea what any of that is.
I've also got some herbs on the windowsill for cooking with.
I'm pretty sure the first things you said you can't eat, so...
No, I can't eat those, but that's why I've got the herbs on the windowsill.
Yeah, but why would you just want to eat herbs?
But I heard herbs other things that make them better.
So I was going to say, like, what, you're going to eat your beavers?
No, I'm not going to eat my beavers. I mean, not that kind of beaver. So...
Yeah. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
So then I got home and I messaged Skaz. I said, "Here we go, Skaz, it's time." Sent him a capture of the front page, and then I sent him which I knew was going to go well for him. I sent him a picture of my first colony, Nicktopia 15. Skaz's reaction was as you expected.
Oh, the poor bastards! Like, no, Ram. Here we go. Those poor bastards. No.
Yeah. So
I was like, did they die?
Well, I played on. I thought so a lot of things have changed. I last played it, so I'm going to play it on normal because lots of things have changed. I want to sort of like learn, and I haven't played it like nearly 4 years, so I want to balance it. Picked a large map. I like a large map. I like to be able to expand outwards. So I picked a large map. It's got like a horseshoe.
You like them big?
I like it big. Yeah, I like big beavers. I cannot lie. And it's got like a horseshoe-shaped river in it. And that's the map I've got. So just to give you the basis of Timberborn, if someone out there thinking, what the fuck is Timberborn? So Timberborn is a colony sim game, but it's set in the far future. Humanity is gone. Something's happened to humanity. We probably fucked up ourselves. But in our stead, the beavers have like risen to life. They've grown, they've evolved, they're now building civilizations, and they're basically...
The beavers have risen to life. Sorry, Ram. I was like, they already live. What did they do before?
Beavers risen, wood has been conquered, wood has been conquered.
Wood risen.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of people.
Finally got wood.
There's gonna be a lot of people who.
Time to rise, lads.
Yeah, God, there's gonna be a lot of people who grew up in like 1990s school assemblies are gonna recognise that song. So, Colony Sim Beavers, it's a voxel-based game, so it's all like 3D cube stuff, like Minecraft, but out as a strategy game.
Like Minecraft, just better. Minecraft don't have beavers, do it?
I don't think so. Might do.
There's
probably a mod for it. And the big sort of thing about Timberborn and the big sort of story is that it's basically almost a bit like water control, in that on these maps there'll be a water source, and beavers like water and they need water to live. But every so often there'll be a drought, and these water sources will just dry up and water will just drain away. So you have to plan ahead for these droughts and prepare, and by building dams, building pump stations, and basically preparing. And on like early levels, the droughts will last like a couple of days, but as they get harder, it lasts like up to like a week. On the hardest difficulties, apparently droughts can last up to 30 days, which is a long time to build resources of water up to.
I was going to say, in Nicktopia, I mean, just having half a day without water, you're fucking dead. So,
there's also one thing they introduced in one of the updates, which wasn't in the version I played, is this thing called bad water, which is basically toxic waste. Every so often, there'll be bad water sources on the maps that are constantly producing bad water at all times. There'll be like sources of bad water. They'll be off when there's no bad water season, but you'll have a bad water season occur, and these will switch on and bad water will spill out. And also all your regular water sources will switch to bad water. They'll start producing bad water. I have to say the water fixes are amazing in this game, because it's not like a case of it just switches on and off. The water actually mixes and it comes around, and if you have in little corners in your river, the water will get like trapped in the corners and sort of like slowly dissipate around when it changes over. It's really quite realistic. It's surprisingly accurate to.
Is there any way you could kind of quickly then separate and contain bad or
no? When the sources start, they are going to mix. Now you have to have ways to you can't. So there are. Let me rephrase that. So there are things you can do. So if it's bad water source that's constantly spewing, you can cap it. Late stage technologies, you can cap the bad water. And actually, that bad water, you can refine it and use it to make like more high tech stuff. So if you want to make explosives, for example, you need bad water to make the explosives, because everything is explosive. So you have to. It's a resource to use, but it's also dangerous to beavers. Your beavers can get ill from it. They can get contaminated from it, and they can get ill. I'm assuming it can kill them. I didn't have any dive bad, but I'm assuming it can do. But it's not good for beavers. And they can't drink it, obviously. That's not good for them either. So what you will want to do is, obviously, being beavers, the key things beavers can do is they can build dams. So you can build like your dam. What you want to do is, where your water source is, you'll build like a dam to sort of like divide it off. So on my map, I had this water source cut space. Imagine a horseshoe shape, but at each point of the horseshoe, they go sort of outwards. A bit like what's that Greek letters, omega, where it sort of goes up and outwards.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I know the one you're on about.
Yeah. So imagine that shape. So on the left-hand side of that, that's where your water source is. That turns to bad water. Now, the maps are a bit more complicated. They'll have like different levels and stuff. And the water physics are really good. If you like dam up the water, it will gradually sort of back up and fill up like a dam will, and will overspill. So you can control that by having like sluices and spillways and stuff. You can basically make controls to control the water level. But you want to dam stuff because you want to hold water for the dry seasons. So on this map here, what I did have, where this water sort of flowed in, I quite really quickly realised there was like a other route it could take if it backed up. So what I did was I built like a dam cutting off like one top of the horseshoe bits. And so when the water built up, it then flow the other way. So what I then did was build like some adjustable gates that could block it off completely. So when I had good water, I could block this off and allow the water to flow through and overspill the dam. But when the bad water came, I could drop those gates completely, and the water would instead flow that way out and not go over the top of the dam. Which meant that when I had bad water, I could basically shut off and like redivert the water away and make it safe. So there were ways around to mitigate it fairly early on, but it had to be actively controlled. So bad water sources you can cap and you can refine them. There's other like bad water. There are these pipes. I thought early on, I'm going to be clever. I'm going to just block the pipes up. Developers thought of that. You can't block the pipes up. They won't let you. They won't, there's no. You can't really put stuff. So let's say it's a voxel-based game, so everything's cubes, built on cubes, and every cube's going to occupy one area. The pipes protrude outwards, so you can't put a cube in front of them to block them. So what I did build it in, because what you find yourself doing in this game is building mega projects. So what I built instead was an aqueduct that ran off the map, but ran all the way back up to these pipes and basically diverted round. So the idea is when the bad water comes, it will now go into this aqueduct and just be directed completely off the map away from my beavers.
Good call.
See, that is, you will find yourself building these massive structures, if it's be a big dam, or you basically convert the sort of environment, pull the environment to your will. Now, I'm going to say, disappointing for Skaz, all my beavers lived happy, healthy lives. Not a single beaver died on my watch due to thirst, hunger, bad water, being blown up by dynamite, gulag.
Early Nicktopia adventures there.
Yeah, gulags you can't make a gulag in this game because they fixed it. So in the regional, how it worked in regional Timberborn was you had a district centre, and the district centre had like a range, and the range was built by path. So as you built a path outwards, it was basically a number of squares it crossed was how many paths. So if you built a wiggly path that across a lot of squares in a short space, that was further distance than a straight path, because it's how many spaces back. Because your beavers, as a rule, only follow paths. There are certain bits they will go off paths. So like in forest areas, they'll go into an area of effect to like cut down trees. Farmers will go to fields in an area of effect. Harvesters will do the same. But if you want to go to a place of work, it has to be connected by a path, or like a residential area has to be connected by a path. They won't go off paths for that. So how long the actual physical path distance is what defines your actual area. I don't know the default 1 miles. I never calculated, but it wasn't that far. So the other side of it meant that if, say, for example, you had like a hill behind your district centre, if you drew a path round the hill, that would be quite a long. Even though like the hill might be quite small, even though physically from like the end of the path to the district is as a crow flies quite short, because the path went round it, it was a long path.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So in the original base game, when you got to the end of your path, you had no choice but to build what called another district centre, and basically you build another one of these district centres, and you put like a divider gate between the two, and they're basically two separate areas. And once beavers were in a district, they wouldn't move. They wouldn't switch from one to the other. They were basically fixed, and you had to set up like trade routes to move stuff between the two areas. But by default, beavers were in a district. That's all they moved from. This is how gulags happen, because if your district, if you forgot to set up supply routes, or you set supply routes but they couldn't be fulfilled because your main route was not sufficient, the secondary district would not get supplies, they would die, and you'd have gulag and death. So
when you forget to set up supply routes, forget to set up supply. Oh, yeah, do you remember all them geezers over there? What geezers over there?
Yeah, the ones we sent
Wait,
over there.
have you guys been sending them supplies? Supplies? Yeah, I've been sending it down to the warehouse for you to ship out. What? Go down there. Just this entire fucking like dock covered in rotten shite, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Didn't get those orders, mate. Not my fault. Didn't get them orders. My order said take it to the warehouse. Look,
Whoops.
look, this is a management error, it's an admin error, but you didn't order this. But can't you just see them over the road just starving to death? Not my problem, mate. Didn't give me the orders. Not my problem.
Not my problem.
Not my problem. Yeah, yes, I did see him, and I thought I should tell somebody. I thought, no, what? You know, Ram is in charge. He knows what's going on. He knows about this. He'll be aware of this. He'll give us all at some point to do it, but you didn't. But you feel guilty now? Yes. Yes, I did feel guilty. Very guilty. Didn't stop me sending beavers to the gulag, but I did eventually set up supply paths. And I did eventually build a canal to the gulag so they had their own water supply.
I just love it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep sending beavers there. So
I need the metal.
You're gonna send some supplies there too? Nah,
I did fix that eventually, but I needed the metal.
Yeah, after like, why? How come I haven't heard anything back from the guys I just sent to the? Oh, oh no. Did you send them with any supplies? I sent them with materials to build stuff, supplies, you know, food, water, that.
Children.
Anything? Toiletries? Cuddly toy?
See, I don't think the beavers need toilets because all the beavers I see are all butt naked. So they.
I was gonna say your fucking beavers just shit in the fucking heap of corpses that you just left there. Like Ram, mass grave. Yes, the toilet. No, that might have started as the toilet. Mass grave, mate. Oh god. What's that smell? Must be the bog. No, I don't think that's shit in there, mate. That's where all the bad water's coming from.
Probably, yeah. It's all my dead beavers.
Nicktopia 14.
Yes, it's downriver. Yeah. Oh no, another batch of beavers has died and they've just poisoned the water. It's okay, he'll send some fresh ones in there, eventually we'll get clean water back.
Good time.
So thankfully that's not possible anymore. And also you can also have one of the later things they added in, which gives you new ways to move your beavers around, because by default they had to walk on paths. They follow paths, and some of the paths can be quite long to get places. They've put in zip lines, but they weren't more like cable car stations. So you have to set up like a station, and you have to set another station. If you join them together, and each station connects to two other points. So if you join the two, if you join two together, you can then obviously have another point each to join away, and your beavers can take these to move around back and forth quick. So what you can do is, because they can get to two other points, and they don't like they don't. It doesn't count like for the other point when they get to each other. So it doesn't the case of A connects to B and B connects to A, and that's your two things. It's A and B are linked, and that's it. What you do is if you set up right, you basically create like a circuit in a circular motion. So A connects to B, B connects to C, C connects to D, D connects to E, and E connects to A. So you create like a little circuit, which means your beavers, it's basically like a train station at that point. You can plot it all around your map, and your beavers can move around these very quickly. And when I had a little building project going on hills, I want to build like a wind farm. So I found like this really tight bit where next to where the bad water comes out actually, and I built like a whole wind farm up there. So every morning, all my builder beavers, I just see them all flying past on the zip line. Because I built a zip line station, because getting to the places takes a long time. Getting there, gradually building up the zip line station first, or the sort of scaffold so you can build your bits first, is what takes you a bit of time. But watching them zip back and forth on the zip line, carrying logs and stuff to build my wind turbine farm was great. And then eventually I moved my industrial district up there, so all my industry was all up in one place. And then like my main district centre became like my warehouse district, so I had warehouses full of stuff. Again, everything they've changed with warehouse. When I played it, warehouses could have a mixture of materials in it. It was basically once they filled up, they're full of whatever you put of a mix in it. Now Reddit houses are dedicated to a resource. You have to say, okay, this warehouse is going to store carrots, going to store wheat. So you do have to build additional warehouses. As you expand and get more resource, you have to build additional warehouses. You need additional warehouses, not additional pylons, but warehouses. And you can expand and increase your storage capacity and so forth. And you can also get small to medium to large warehouses. So I built like a central warehouse district. Then I didn't quite plan it this way, but it's all turned this way. I set up a residential district on like there's another hill nearby. I set the residential district up there with all the entertainment. My beavers are full of entertainment. They've got a mud pool. They've got a campfire sit around. They've got little contemplation places. They've got a dance hall, and they go and they're dancing away in the dance hall. It's quite fun to watch. They've got like a debating chamber. They can go discuss all things timber related. I've got like big statues up there where they sort of like, and the statues like give you benefits and stuff. And I've got very happy beavers living up there.
Makes a change.
Makes a change. But I did, as I did expand, I did gradually build closer and closer to the bad water source. So I was like, I am gradually building my residential area next to it because the bad water also like makes all the air around it toxic. So I'm gradually building. But no, I fixed this. I fixed this because I eventually capped it off with an industrial site that pumps the bad water and processes it. So that's all fixed that problem, sort of. But if it ever breaks, I don't want to think.
Sort of. Yes. Sweep it under the rug, lads.
Sweep it under the rug. Yeah. You've also got some of the other things they've introduced recently. They've introduced automation. So you can now Timberborn is now Turing compliant. You could build a computer in Timberborn now, a Turing machine, because they've got logic gates, they've got sensors, they've got. So I basically have set a sensor up. So another one of my major projects was I wanted to be able to have more resource of bad water. So where the bad water came in, I basically where the water supply came in, I built like I basically on one side next to it, I basically built a channel to the edge of the map and put a load of like tall gates there. I then laid a path of dynamite to make like a canal bit to where the water comes in. I then built a secondary dam in front of near where the water comes in. So basically, download this channel. So the water, if the ones that go off the map weren't closed, the water would just flow back off the map immediately. So what I can do now is, if the bad water comes, is open those up, close the other set of gates in front of the bad water, and just direct it straight back off the map.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
I think.
What I'm going to do for Scaz, so Scaz can enjoy this, and I apologise to the people who won't be able to enjoy this. Let's have a look. Why can't... It's
beaver related.
It's going to be beaver related. Well, Steam, why have you done this to me? Aha. Right, let it send these to Scaz.
Beavers, yo.
Beavers, yo.
So I can't wait. Where's the beavers at? Where are they?
Let's have a look.
We're just starting a whole new fucking city?
Oh, this is quite late game. This is quite late game. This is, if you look, this is cycle 19 days. This is I'm now on cycle 39. So this is fairly late game. So I'm not sure what order they've come through to you in, but you can see like my main city.
Haven't at all.
Have they not? Bloody thing.
Nope.
Hang on.
They say no. Discord says, "Do you want to view all the images? It's going to cost you £5 per second."
It's because it Discord let you do 10 at a time. Oh, I was setting more than 10. I was setting 11.
Tightwad bastards. Let's have a look. Oh, they look so happy. Mate, I don't know how to feel.
I think you got my little dancing beavers first.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't have happy beavers. You kill everyone.
My beavers are very happy.
Oh, bless them. That place looks so peaceful. What's the word? You've named it wrong. That can't be Nicktopia.
It looks good. You can see all the zip lines. You can see like the dance hall and the sort of like residential area on the cliffs. You can see if you've got the one that's got the metal in the background, you can also see the bad water source just at the top of the map, like that red bit.
I just want to throw out there. I just love the fact that you've been screenshotting this regular as clockwork.
Yeah,
like some people have photographs of their families and that on their walls and that. Ram has got like a framed photo of Nicktopia 15 before it all went wrong.
Yeah. Oh, there's a picture of the beavers on the zip line as well in the second set.
Yeah, I can see him. Bless him. Oh, bless him.
There's one that's really zoomed out, so you can see pretty much all my engineering work. So to get this a really zoomed out one, you can see the windmill farm on the far left. Mm-hmm. You can see, you can't see it very easy, but there's like a big brown bit in the middle. That's actually full of gravity batteries. That is powering things. This lower bit with the water in it, I made that. I basically dammed this whole bit off and built a channel from the main water source, which is on the bottom left-hand side. You can see like the row of rocks down the left-hand side. That's where water comes in. And this basically, the bottom sort of lower corner, where all the farms and stuff are and the trees are, I basically set that all up.
Yeah.
You've got my the not finished but in progress channel. So the bit with the long row of, well, basically looks like an aqueduct but not finished.
Yeah.
You can see on the far right there's a bridge. You see like just the bridge is like pipes.
Mm.
That's the bad water where the bad water comes in. So you can see what I was doing. I was basically going to build round up to those pipes till they redivert it off the map.
All right.
And there's an aerial view of it completed as well.
Like I say, the things that Nick values. Proud of you, man.
I have many sort of values in life, but
it turned into Nuremberg 19.
No, it's not. He's not turned it into a gulag. He's done good. Nicktopia 15. Everyone's happy. Look, there's beavers on.
Not a single beaver death.
Right.
Look, beavers are dancing and they're happy.
Is he feeling all right?
I don't know.
I don't intend to kill my beavers.
He don't tend to kill his beavers. They just, occasionally die because we forget to send them supplies.
Yeah, this happens.
Right?
Am I all right?
Like, has he found happiness? Oh my god, he likes beavers now.
I've always liked my beavers.
He loves his beavers.
I
he just
bought a beaver
forgot
toy.
to feed them.
Love my beavers. But yeah, so I think I'm at the stage now of the current map where I feel like I've air quotes finished it, in the sense that my beavers are happy, they've got everything they need. I've basically solved all the problems, because now there's automation which I've set up. I have like automation to like automatically close all the sluices for when the bad water comes. Automation to when there's a drought to stop pumping the water so we don't use up all our water supplies. Everything's set up now, so I kind of almost want to make sure it's all working, then just walk away for like an hour and come back and see if they're all still alive. And if that's the case, I'm going to say I fixed the game. There is actually
can you save it?
I will save it first.
Not have it auto save when everything dies.
I'll do a hard save first, a manual save first, and then I'll go away and come back like an hour later and see if they're all still alive. And if they're all still alive, I'll consider that a success. I'll consider that map completed, and then I'm going to tackle map on hard mode. Because I'll be honest with you, I think because I sort of knew what was going on, I knew what the problem was going to be, I've planned a lot more in advance, and it hasn't been like as difficult as last time.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing last time, and this time I saw no. So I won't say I found it easy, but I didn't really feel any challenge to it. I did enjoy the project stuff, and I've enjoyed that bit of it, but I very much felt like I was playing on casual mode. So
Okay.
I do want to now tackle another map on hard mode to see if I can survive, and then perhaps
This
we'll
is
have
going to
Gulag
get
again.
dangerous, Ram.
Perhaps we'll have Gulag again if that happens. But
He's going to get overconfident and everyone's going to die.
never. I'll be alright. I'm a lot more cautious than I used to be. I plan things a bit better now. I was very cautious. Well, because I'm playing the folk tales, I might go the Iron Teeth next. Because the folk tales, you basically can cap the population, because how folk tales reproduce is they reproduce the traditional way. Hot beaver on beaver action. And, and if you have, and your houses house 3 beavers, the base houses. So if if 2 beavers go in, occasionally 3 come out. And so, but that means, but if they're already occupied, no beaver babies occur, because there'll be more baby babies appear, because 3 is a crowd. So you basically, however many houses you've got, multiply that by like the base house, multiply by 3, that's your population cap. You can't go above that. So if you then plan ahead, like, okay, I'm going to make sure work how much water I'm going to need, plan that ahead, plan the jobs out in such a way that you can basically control and build gradually, match your population cap. You can also build bigger buildings and so that have more. But you can effectively control how many people you're going to live there. And if you control the population, you control the resources you need, you can fix this. That again does sound a little bit dystopian. I'm controlling the population. I'm dictating.
Nice one, Chairman Mao.
Yeah, I'm deciding. But to be fair, I'm not dictating which beavers can breed. It's whoever gets the building first can do it.
That's a race.
Yeah,
go for it.
I did look at one house and they had a beaver. There was a beaver that's 2 years old, or age 2, which I think is days in beaver game. They age in days. One was 30, the other was 76. So there's a bit of a age gap there. But we won't worry too much about that. But yeah, that's still my own goal. So, but I've let me put it this way: I started playing it after I messaged you on Friday. I played it on Friday. I stopped to go have some tea. It was father's birthday, so I went around sort of like take his present. We had tea, a beer, cake, watched a film. Terrible film. 21 Bridges, awful film. Because unfortunately, when it comes to picking films, my parents aren't great at it. They just go, "Oh, that looks interesting." Whereas I actually look up a bit about it to see if it actually looks like it's gonna be any good. So they watched that.
Takes all the mystery out of his life.
I don't look for like plots. I just look like sort of like reviews and like see what people say.
Yeah, that's just as bad, dude.
But I've only got so many fun hours in my life, and I don't want to waste it watching bad films. So anyway, it came back. So because they're old now. They go to bed like 9 o'clock. Came back.
Nick goes to bed at like
I
9:30.
do go to bed. Well, Beaver Day, I came back and started playing the beavers again, and I think I had to go to sleep at 2 a.m. because I was just starting to drift off on the computer. I had to go to sleep. I went to sleep, got up next morning, came through, made some breakfast. Beavers went back on again, and spent most of the day playing beavers. I've just played beavers a lot.
Remember the days when we used to be out, stay awake all fucking night.
Yeah.
No problems.
Yeah.
Get up, do whatever you need to do, and then come straight back home, do what you were doing, and then pass out.
Yeah. Well, I do know that if on the next 24 hours I never need to do a solo thing, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Nicktopia 16.
Yeah. See if we can make Beaver Town last. How far can I get with just 3 beavers? Ram, Sabre, and Scaz. Because you can rename them. Ram, Sabre,
they're
and
all dead.
Scav. And all dead, yeah.
I'll be the first one to go.
Unfortunately, if I do folk, I'll have to do Iron Teeth, because if we do folk tales, that means at 1.2 of us will have to breed, and I don't think that's a good thing for society. I don't think anyone wants that. But Iron Teeth grow their beavers in tanks.
As you do.
So we can have like Scaz 2, Sabre 2, Ram 2, and growing up in tanks.
Oh.
I just have a
So
series
what made you choose
folk tales?
Yeah.
Because the other two, I just fancy playing them first. I thought these are the ones I played last time. I'm going to play them again. I thought just like see how things have changed, because they've really again, from what I understand now, whereas before the factions were very similar with a few like Pacific buildings, now they've really deviated. They have like completely different crops. They have access to completely different technology trees. They're quite a big deviation. So I fancy giving that a go next. And one thing I haven't done in this game is I haven't done, because there are golems you can build, and most buildings can be operated by golems. So I did kind of have the idea of building enough golems that basically all my buildings can be just fully automated with golems. And then there's a few ones that can't be automated with them, but basically you have that in mind. And then I can have my beavers be beavers of leisure. Because golems will work 24/7, they just work all day long.
Sure.
So I can then like because you set the working hours, you can put the work up to 24 hours. I got achievement for working 24 hours, 7 days straight. And because there was a drought coming, we had to get stuff built. Sorry guys, we need to build this now. Otherwise it's all going to go wrong.
Have you not seen Nicktopia 14? Get to work.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think my district centre, there's just like the annals of all the previous Nicktopias. You know, from all the ones, you know, from City Skylines to the previous Timberborns to Alien and Stranded. And
Well,
they can just
mate, it's City Skylines that got us to Timberborn.
It was.
You wonder why society collapsed. It was Nicktopia 14.
Yeah.
Or Nicktopia 13.
Yeah. I think it's Nicktopia 1, 2. I think I got to Nicktopia 6 as City Skylines. I
Mate.
think. Yeah. We should play City Skylines 2 at some point, if they fix it.
I don't know. That's one I was looking at, but I mean, surely it can't be that much of a hog. Do you honestly think that game was that bad? Are we talking like hardware wise? Because it was apparently quite a slog.
I've seen people play it online, and it didn't look that problematic to me. It didn't look like that particularly. I think most of the issues were, from what I understand, a lot of issues were like corrupted saves and stuff, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think the game itself was bad, but I fancy giving it a go and seeing.
What I'd heard about it was that it was a bit of a cyberpunk scenario, and there was a lot of guys like running like 200-year-old PCs who were fine playing City Skylines 1, and then the second one comes out and their PC's like a fucking dinosaur, and the game system requirements are too high. It's like, have you ever thought of upgrading your 750 Ti to something that, you know, can actually render things?
Yeah. Yeah, possibly like that, maybe like that. So, but I do fancy City Skylines a go. But yeah, have to say, Timberborn has been a great success for this year. I've probably put about 20 odd hours over the weekend.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, but I've got to make my beavers happy. But yeah, the idea is golems, ultimate everything, and then my beavers will be just beavers of leisure. They can just enjoy their happy beaver lives, being beavers, sitting around campfires, getting like their tails detailed. Not as in removed, as in detailed, as if they get tattoos on them. That is a thing, because one thing is a tail detailer, and I thought, I don't want that. And I looked, oh no, it's detail, as in putting like tattoos and stuff on them.
Yeah.
So they go and they get that. Beavers can get injured now. They can get hurt. And occasionally you'll see a beaver walking around with his little paw in a bandage. It's really sad.
I mean, we're just throwing out there, you know, going back yet again to the prior Nicktopia. Death is not the handicap it used to be, clearly, because if now we're worried about getting hurt, then...
One of the most horrific things that can happen to the beavers, well, not horrific for them, but horrific from our point of view, is they can chip their teeth. But to fix the teeth, they have to go to a teeth grinding wheel, which is like this massive stone wheel that spins around. They literally just bump their teeth against it and grind their teeth down, and it looks horrendous. It just makes you, the idea of just this massive grinding, just grinding away your teeth, it's like, oh.
Poor little buggers.
Poor little buggers.
Look after the beavers, Ram.
Look after the beavers. Always look after the beavers. The beavers are life.
The beavers are life.
I didn't realise that my 2026 basically turned into Beavers and Hail Mary. I did not realise that's how my year was going to go. Beavers.
There you go. We already know how the end of year ceremonies are going to go.
Beavers in space was the next we're looking for next. Hail Mary, me made with beavers. That's what we need.
That's what he needs. Give it to him.
I've just decided that everything's better with beavers. Anything can be improved. Beavers. You think of something that could not be improved with beavers? Imagine going to a calf and then all the people serving you are beavers.
Well, I mean, yeah, it'd be way better than the humans I have to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So I'll take that as a win, mate.
Yeah. They're happy little workers. I mean, even when
They
you're
always want to get supplies and.
they're quite happy to work and so forth. Even when they're in the hospital, they just say, "Oh, it's fine. I just want to go back to work." It's really cute. So
Is it?
yeah, but yeah, I can probably say Timberborn is a fantastic game. Everybody should play it. It's great, and if you play it, you'll be obsessed with beavers as much as I am.
I mean, that's debatable, but maybe.
Do we have
They
beavers?
are. They are cute.
I'm not going to ask a silly question. Do we have beavers in this country? I know we have. I'm not talking about like the scouts. I'm talking about actual beavers.
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't know.
For some reason, I think beavers are like a North American thing. I'm going to have to Google this.
That's the only good thing that the Americans have got then.
I think more Canadians in that situation. No, I don't. See, choice you search beavers UK, all you get is scouts. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Wildlife Trust. Off 116th in brief. Oh, yeah, here we go. Hello, Wildlife Trust. 116th in brief. The Eurasian beaver, castor fibre, is native to these shores and once widespread. Beavers play a crucial role in our wetland landscapes at prehistoric times until the hunted to extinction in the 16th century, the bastards, for their fur, meat, and scent glands. The loss of characters led to the loss of mosaic lakes, Mars, and town. So, Scotland's beavers have been released to us since 2009. The country is now population of over 2,000 beavers. Oh,
The humans ruin everything.
In England, beavers are only allowed to be released into enclosures, and they were officially recognised native species in 2022. For American Kids campaign, the UK government announced that February 2025 it's possible to release beavers into the wild. After 39 applications submitted, Naturally England 20 came to Wild Trust, and we are hoping to release 100 beavers during 2025 and 2026. They've been released. The version 1 of beavers are being released into the UK. February 2026. I think near enough the same month Timberborn was released. For the final version 1 was
Nicktopia
released.
16. Here we go.
When the first Wild Beavers release happened in England. Oh, beavers.
Dangerous.
Beavers in the UK. I'm going to go see some beavers. I'm going to go cuddle a beaver.
Nick's holiday.
Yeah, I'll go see beavers. Cuddle beavers.
Well, where's Ram gone? Don't worry about it.
He's gone to see. He's going to play some wet beavers. Oh, lucky bastard.
Oh yeah.
No,
Excuse
not that
me.
kind of wet
Let me
beavers.
touch your beaver, love.
Yeah. Oh, you just know if someone's going. If there's like some poor female wildlife handler, people are going to go, "Can I touch a beaver?" You can just see that happening all the time, can't you? By perverted men.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
Yes,
like,
I can.
Yeah. Oh, beavers are herbivores. I did not know that. They don't eat fish. Beavers help people by improving water quality. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but I'm sure they're actively helping people. You're not going to go to like Essex and Suffolk Water and you're going to find like just a load of beavers working in the treatment plants.
Mate, if we did have a load of beavers working at Essex and Suffolk Water, it wouldn't be such a fucking shit show.
No. That'd be cool, going to. Imagine a beaver coming around and reading your water meter. Paul DeWald would be out of a job. Replaced by a beaver.
Can't wait. Can't fucking wait.
No one would be angry about a beaver reading the water meter. No one would be angry about that.
No, we wouldn't. And if you were, I'd have to clap them around the fucking head and say, "You fucking stop that."
They'd whack you with their tails.
Because they're beautiful. Look at this. Beaver.
Beaver.
Be happy.
Oh,
See this? Human? Beat it. This? Beaver. Love it.
But there we go. So that's Timberborn, Nicktopia 15. Happy success. Happy days.
Woo!
Mrs.
This only
Skaggs,
took him 15 attempts. Yeah.
but Mrs. Skaggs, you're kind of sad it didn't go to hell.
No, mate. I was expecting it. I'm just glad you didn't kill any more beavers.
Yeah, all my beavers.
I'm glad you didn't kill any more beavers. As soon as you start Nicktopia 16 with a bunch of humans, fuck them.
I think the only thing that this game would I really like to have in this game in Timberborn is a little beaver cemetery. So as your beavers like go cemetery, and cemetery has to gradually sort of get busy. You can watch all the past beavers. You like click on each gravestone and see the beavers. Like, oh, this was so and so. You know, he was one of my original beavers, born on this day, died this day, and so you can
You
look
need to
through
play
history.
next.
What?
Dwarf Fortress.
Oh, Dwarf Fortress always intimidated me. I've always like fancied playing Dwarf Fortress, but I've just thought this just looks like something that I'm going to get heavily into and will be terrified by.
Terrible at it. Love it.
Yeah, I might do that. I also am
It
tempted
can go very wrong very quickly.
See, I don't mind stuff. I like things, but if it goes very wrong very quickly, but is it fit? If you can something that you can then go, okay, it's gone wrong, but I can fix this. That's the sort of thing I like. Like something going shit, but I can fix it. That's what I like. And then I have yeah. I'm most tempted to just buy another copy of this, buy like the new version of The Sims and have a Sims house with me, you, and Zabe living there.
Oh God.
Yeah. I don't know if you can make.
Oh God.
I don't know if there's an option to make your sim Danish, but I'm sure there'll be a mod for it.
Probably.
Well, that's everything for me. I hope you've always enjoyed my Timberborn exploits.
Sounds fantastic, man. It was amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. So, I want to say thank you both for joining us this evening. You can check out our next podcast being on the 23rd of April 2026, GMT 1830 GMT +1, here on youtube.com/randonerds or twitch.tv/randonerds. You come join us on Sunday for our games day. This will be Sunday the 12th. It'll be either on twitch.tv/randonerds or you can check out my channel, which is twitch.tv/SethGram. Watch us play RV there yet, and I think it's going to be a disaster. So all normal servers will be resumed. So come check us out on that. So thank you both for watching us today. Hope you've enjoyed this, and go play with wet beavers. So for me, the SethGram.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time.
Take it easy, guys.